Okay, as we enter a whole new day in trade, let's take a look at how the global handover panned out last night for the US markets, as well as how Asia is performing this morning. Now, based on what happened yesterday, the benchmark stayed firmly in the green across the USA. The Dow, S&P and Nasdaq all ended the day firmly in positive territory. Futures are also currently in positive momentum. Now, this is because there's been a lot of hints at stimulus, while there's been a lot of disagreement as to where the stimulus will come, what size it will be, whether airlines will get it, whether other sectors will get it. It is being touted a lot. So market does expect some kind of firm stimulus to be announced soon. On the back of that, the Dow was up 122 points or 0.43%, closing at 28,425. The S&P was up 27 points or 0.80%, closing at 3,447. The Nasdaq was up 56 points or 0.50%, closing at 11,420. Dow futures up 121 points, another 0.4%. S&P 500 and Nasdaq futures were also up 0.4% and 0.3% respectively. Now, looking at Asia this morning, China has been closed for pretty much a week. They're just coming back online. However, Taiwan and South Korea remain closed today, so we have no cues coming out of the Kospi or the Taiwanese markets. The Nikkei in Japan opened with a 0.15% uptick. The Topix in Japan was pretty much flat. The S&P ASX 200 in Australia actually hovered below the flat line, so that's not looking too positive. So Asia trading mixed this morning. We then have the EU stocks, which closed up 1% yesterday. Oil and gas were leading with 2% gains. Basic resources were the only sulker in the market, really bucking the trend. They were down 0.2%. So we'll be interested to see how Europe opens and closes today, given that the US handover remained decent. Now, two commodities we always check on for you, oil and gold. Oil prices are currently being helped by a storm in the Gulf of Mexico, which is actually creating a shortage of supply by around 1.5 million barrels per day. This, in addition to the production cuts in Norway, are also having their own impact on prices. So Brent is actually inflating in this atmosphere. We had a 2% gain for Brent, up 86 cents. So that brought Brent to $42.85 per barrel, now well above $40, which it was flirting with around last week. WTI $1.24 higher, so 3% higher, and that's again at $41.19 per barrel. So again, firmly above the $40 per barrel mark. Gold also doing quite well while stimulus is awaited. Spot gold was up 0.1% at $1,889 per ounce. So we have breached 1900, but we're heading back towards 1900. Futures are also 0.2% higher at $1,895 per ounce. So futures are almost back at that $1,900 mark. So let's see, once some stimulus is announced, you may see gold prices recover a fair bit.